Putting an owner-occupied property into an LLC. What's going on YouTube? My name is Matt. My company's called the DeRosa Group. This is our YouTube series called Mentorship Monday. People email questions to helpme@DeRosaGroup.com. That is helpme@DeRosa, D-E-R-O-S-A group.com. And I answer those questions right here on the YouTube channel for you and everybody else to learn from. So, if you guys like this channel, if you like what we do, if you like this video right here, take a minute, not even a minute, like 2 seconds, and subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications so that this channel will send you notifications when we're doing cool stuff like going on a live tour or interviewing really cool people that you've likely heard of in the real estate industry. We're doing a new series called DeRosa Success Stories. What's that? Well, you won't know until you turn on notifications, and the channel will give you notes that we're doing these kinds of cool things that you guys want to check out. So, today's Mentorship Monday question comes from Ruby. Thank you, Ruby. So, I'm sorry, your email is Ruby, but your name is Sandra. It's okay. All right. It's okay, Sandra. I got you. Sandra's question is very straightforward, but it's a complicated question, so let's get to it. Hello. Hi, Sandra. What are your thoughts on pros and cons about incorporating a fourplex, which is owner-occupied? Well, here, I know there's a lot of LLC questions. I mean, almost every other Mentorship Monday question I get is about LLCs because they're complicated entities, or at least perceived to be complicated in that. And so the reason why you would want to put a fourplex into an LLC would only be for asset protection, but you're giving up a lot. If you put something that you're going to live in into an LLC. So, and here's why. One of the best mortgage packages that you're ever going to get with regards to money down, interest rates, and protection that you get is a homeowner mortgage. You can get mortgages where you lay 3% down. The rate's locked for 30 years. And it's a very competitive interest rate, fairly low. There is something called PMI in there, private mortgage insurance. But on a rental property, typically your rents are going to more than cover what PMI would be. And just it's a good ROI if you're going to buy a rental property that you're going to live in on a homeowner level mortgage like that. So if you're considering, if you need a home to live in and you want to get into rental real estate, or you already own some rentals and you need a home to live in, or you're looking to move, buying a property that you can live in one unit and rent the other ones out, whether that's a single family home. That was my first rental property. It was a single family home that I lived in one bedroom and rented out the other 2 rooms in a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, right? You could do that. You could buy a duplex, live in one unit, rent the other one out. Triplex, live in one unit, rent the other 2 units out. Or a fourplex, live in one unit and rent out 3 other apartments. You can't go any bigger than that because anything larger than 4 units is considered to be commercial, and you could buy a 10-unit apartment building and live in one unit and rent the other 9 out, but you can't get a 97% covered mortgage on a property like that. You have to just get a standard commercial mortgage, but you can get a homeowner level mortgage on a 1, 2, 3, or 4 family property. Now, you can only get that if you're buying the property in your own name. If you're buying the property in an LLC, you are negating the most powerful part of living in a rental property, which is that mortgage. You're negating that, and you're having to lay down probably 20-25%. So the whole no money down thing, or low money down aspect of what's lovingly called a house hack, where you could just call living in a rental property that you own, whatever you want to call it. The biggest part about that is the low money down feature of it, and so you're negating that if you own the property in an LLC. Now, why do people own properties in LLCs? They own them in an LLC for asset protections, so to prevent, like, getting sued for slip and falls and things like that. And I have other YouTube videos that really talk about how you're really not going to get that from an LLC, because if you're going to get sued, they'll find you too. And that. So to avoid those kinds of things and really truly protect yourself as a homeowner, just get really good homeowners insurance. It's just that simple. Get a good homeowners insurance on your property that'll protect you for multiple $1 million of liability coverage. That'll step in if you have a slip and fall, or if one of your tenants sues you or whatever. That'll protect you as a rental property owner, but it's also your home, so you can get really good homeowners insurance. that's what's really going to take care of you on slip and falls or lawsuits or whatever. The LLC isn't really going to take care of you or any more than a really good insurance policy would. LLCs are really there to protect people that are business owners and to allow people to run business expenses through properties and to run a rental property like it's a business. Now, I don't recommend doing this if you're going to live in a 4-family and that, just because you're going to negate so much of the benefit you get through that mortgage. So but if you're going to buy a 4-family, Sandra, and live in one unit and rent the other ones out, then just simply, treat that home as if it were a business. Perhaps take the tenant's rents, put it in a separate bank account, run the expenses out of that bank account, and then personally, maybe contribute a little bit of personal money that you make through your day job into that account too, and run the property like a business. I don't know. You could run the whole thing through your personal checking account because your bank is going to look at it that way because it's all your home. It just gets a little squirrely because you're combining a business venture, which is rental property, and then you're living there. So you really can commingle it, and you can take all the rents and have the tenants write the rents out to you personally because you own the property, you live there. You can run it that way when you really want to. So bottom line, Sandra, I would not put the property into an LLC. Now, caveat. I have seen people take homes that they own, that they live in, and put it into an LLC. But the only reason that you would do that is if you're really trying to disconnect yourself personally from all. If you are a high income earner and have a lot of assets and are looking to disconnect yourself from here's all my assets and they're compartmentalized. If I get sued, I can just bankrupt them, and this is something that the very wealthy do, where they really put a lot of their wealth in different buckets, so you can't get all of it. It's all in different buckets across the board. You got to be worth multiple millions and really be looking to play the shell game with your wealth at that point in life. I know very wealthy people that own their home in an LLC, and they just rent their home back from themselves and that. But that's playing at a different level. You don't really need to worry about that unless that's really where you're at, Sandra. Then you can worry about that. You should be talking to multiple attorneys who should be setting this kind of stuff up for you. Which, by the way, guys, if you're going to get an LLC, you should absolutely be using an attorney to set it up for you. Don't just go off of this channel for advice on LLCs or legal stuff or anything like that. I'm just a real estate investor giving my thoughts on things. You should definitely talk to an attorney about any type of LLC or entity setup. So now, bottom line, like 98% of the time, 99% of the time, 99.99999% of the time, you do not need an LLC if you're going to be living in a 4-family. So that's the bottom line answer. Thank you, Sandra, though. Great question. And thank you guys for watching. Don't forget, help me at DeRosaGroup.com with your YouTube questions and your real estate questions, and I'll answer them right here on the channel. And I appreciate you. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great and profitable week.